it's really good to go to events. You learn a lot. You learn a lot about what you like in capoeira. It gets reinforced. And also sometimes you'll learn about things you don't like in capoeira, which is a good reminder sometimes, if it's certain styles of events, which it rarely happens, but, you learn. It's a learning experience.
So on that point, what's going on in capoeira, the world of capoeira, that you think is really good right now?
I think right now with the fact that all the capoeira teachers, everybody is really putting together a lot of effort to help the groups grow after the pandemic. A lot of capoeira groups did not survive after the pandemic, unfortunately. So with that being said, a lot of teachers are going to events just to help create a really good event. I'm moving again.
You're good. You're good.
So when you do a capoeira event, it has a positive ripple effect on your group if you do the event right. If the event is right, then it gives like a spark to reignite the fire of excitement into the group, and that's really, really important. And when you have a lot of groups that grow, the excitement about capoeira starts to grow. It starts to what's the word?
Snowball.
Snowball, yeah, it's snowball effects, but it's hard to duplicate in other groups because suddenly more
multiply.
Multiplies. It spreads really fast in a positive way.
Okay.
So I think that's a really good thing. A lot of the capoeira groups are trying to reunite, are trying to grow. I had at our event here, I had people from other groups that I never invited, which is really there are some groups, it's rare, but there are some groups that are very closed. They don't invite guests from other groups. They don't go to other groups' events. And I think what we're starting to see around the world, that's starting to break apart. That we must stay, it's our group, we're locking it in together.
Was there a specific reason that they would want their group to be closed off?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand if you don't want somebody to teach a specific style because you want your students to follow a specific pattern, a specific philosophy. But on the other hand, I think exposing people to more philosophies, more opinions, just makes them learn more and say, okay, I like this. I can, Capoeira, in my opinion, capoeira is an art form that was meant to free and liberate, right? Evolved by slaves that were captured, where their main concept was to keep the morale up high, keep their motivation, their spirits up. Now you're taking a group, training the same art form, and you're trying to lock it down and say, no, you guys can't go to different groups, you can't train with them, right? I heard one person say, oh, it's like, a parent. The parent I want to teach my kids manners. I don't want somebody else to teach them. So once they learn my manners, I'll send them going away. I can understand that. I disagree with that. You can teach your kids manners when you go to dinner at your friend's house. You sometimes, when in Rome, act like the Romans, right? So for me, the way I see it is you can't confine an art that was meant to free, and that was made to make people feel free and allow them to express themselves and allow them to be liberated.
So what is there anything that needs to change in capoeira, in your opinion? Or
I think,
and kind of what is the future 10, 15, 20 years down the road look like, in your opinion, for capoeira?
I think what's going to change or needs to change is people letting go a little bit.
Letting go of what?
Control. I think some groups, which I don't know, 'cause I don't really interact with them much. So I'm already seeing the change happening. That the old masters, or doesn't matter, masters, old masters, whoever is doing this, they're starting to be like, okay, you know what? I can't really. It's getting too much, and they have to kind of let go of something in order for it to grow. You don't have a choice sometimes. And the new generation of teachers and instructors and masters that are growing, the younger generations, I think from what I'm seeing, are a lot more open-minded, are a lot more accepting of one another. There's less ego battles. There's less like, oh, our way is the right way and don't go train over there, and you know, it's less and less of that, which I think is becoming very healthy for the capoeira community. And I think in the future, I think that capoeira will actually be like it was before there were capoeira schools. There will be capoeira, but there won't be any more like, oh, we do only this style, or we train only this. It'll be like everybody comes together and plays capoeira. I'm in this group, it's the group I'm affiliated with. I decided to train with them, but I can still play every single other capoeira, you know, or in every group, and everybody will be accepted. It's kind of what I'm hoping.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if it'll actually happen because people are people still, you know.
Yeah.
That will be a pretty cool thing to see.